The message arrived on a quiet Tuesday. It slipped into Earth's deep space monitoring arrays without fanfare. No dramatic alarms, no shaking control rooms. Just a ripple of unfamiliar symbols flowing through radio telescopes in Chile, Australia, and the far side of the moon. At first, technicians assumed it was background noise or a corrupted relay from a distant probe. Then the translation AI finished its first pass. This system has been claimed. All intelligent life is to submit or be erased. Compliance is not optional. For exactly 12 seconds no one spoke. Dr. Maya Chin stared at the projection in disbelief. She had spent her life scanning the cosmos for signs of alien intelligence, imagining first contact as a moment of wonder, music, mathematics, perhaps a greeting. Not this. Not a threat delivered with bureaucratic coldness. Is this a joke? Someone whispered. The AI tagged the source moments later. The signal hadn't come from anywhere near Earth. It originated from a region of space nearly 300 light-years away, relayed through autonomous beacons scattered across multiple star systems. Whoever sent it had done this before. They didn't even address us by name, Maya said quietly. They don't know who we are. Within an hour, the message was in the hands of world leaders. Within 3 emergency sessions convened across the globe. By nightfall, humanity knew it was no longer alone, and that the universe was not friendly. The species calling itself the Velker Dominion had ruled their corner of the galaxy for over 20,000 years. At least, that was what their follow-up transmissions claimed. They were ancient, efficient, and utterly convinced of their own inevitability. Their doctrine was simple. Intelligent life inevitably led to resistance, and resistance wasted resources. Worlds that submitted were absorbed, stripped of industry, and folded into the Dominion's logistical machine. Worlds that resisted were sterilized from orbit. No negotiations. No alliances. No exceptions. Their broadcast to Earth was automated, one of millions sent to developing civilizations the moment they crossed a detectable technological threshold. According to Dominion records, most species either surrendered immediately or were erased within a single planetary rotation. The Velker analysts expected the same here. They did not receive a reply. On Earth, silence was not confusion. It was calculation. Military satellites shifted into new orbits. Research facilities went dark. Civilian networks saw unexplained outages as entire segments of the internet vanished behind classified firewalls. Humanity had no faster-than-light travel, no planetary shields, and no armadas lurking beyond the Kuiper Belt. What it did have was paranoia, experience, and an unmatched talent for turning desperation into weapons. We can't beat them head-on, General Ibrahim Khan said during the closed UN Defense Council meeting. So we don't. So what do we do? Asked the French delegate. Khan folded his hands. We let them underestimate us. Across the world, humanity's brightest minds were quietly reassigned. Not to build fleets, but to study patterns. Dominion transmission structures. Energy signatures. Command hierarchies hidden in the phrasing of their threats. Maya Chin noticed something others missed. They don't send follow-ups unless a world replies, she said. To them, silence means primitive, unaware, harmless. And if we stay silent? Someone asked. Then they'll come personally, Maya answered. But not in force. Just enough to wipe us out. A dangerous idea took shape. 3 years passed. To the Velker Dominion, Earth was a forgotten entry, an unresponsive world marked for routine cleansing. A single purifier fleet was dispatched, consisting of 12 warships and 1 command carrier. Enough to crack a planet's defenses if it had any. When the fleet exited hyperspace at the edge of the Sol system, they detected no active transmissions. No energy shields. No patrols. No resistance. Another silent world, the Velker commander observed. Proceed with sterilization protocol. That was when their sensors began to fail. One by one, long-range scanners went dark, overwhelmed by noise, random bursts of radiation, gravitational distortions, phantom signals blooming and vanishing across the system. What is this interference? The commander snapped. Before an answer came, the first ship died. It wasn't destroyed by a beam or missile. Its drive simply ceased to exist, Matter unraveled at the quantum level as a human-designed gravity weapon collapsed the ship inward. No explosion. Just sudden absence. The Dominion fleet reeled in shock. Humans still hadn't spoken. From the shadows of the asteroid belt, weapons platforms activated, hundreds of them, cold and patient. They fired projectiles at relativistic speeds, each one dumb, unstoppable, and catastrophic. Dominion shields flared and failed as kinetic energy ripped through hulls never designed to stop something so crude. "This is impossible," the commander roared. "They have no warp signatures. No fleet markers." Humanity had never built a fleet. They had built traps. Earth remained silent as the battle unfolded. Velker ships tried to regroup to signal for reinforcements, but their communications were hijacked, redirected into looping echoes of their own original threat message. Their command carrier attempted to flee, only to be caught in a lattice of gravity wells that tore it apart molecule by molecule. In less than 8 minutes, the Purifier fleet was gone. Debris drifted through space where invincible warships once ruled. Only then did humanity transmit a single narrow-beam message, aimed directly at the Dominion's core worlds. It was short. Message received. This system is not claimed. Do not return. The signal carried no threats. No boasts. Just fact. Then Earth went dark again. The Velker Dominion had never known fear. But panic rippled through their ruling councils when the wreckage data arrived, decoded from fragments of destroyed ships that should never have failed. The weapons used against them defied Dominion doctrine. They were inefficient, inelegant, and horrifyingly effective. "Who are these humans?" demanded the High Executor. "No records," replied the analysts. "They should not possess this level of tactical creativity." Worse, humanity did not follow victory with expansion. No counterattack. No demands. No diplomacy. Just silence. That silence forced the Dominion to do something unprecedented. They hesitated. Other subject species noticed. Rebellions ignited across Dominion space as once cowed worlds realized the Empire could bleed. All it took was one species that refused to play by the rules. And Earth became a whispered legend. A world that did not negotiate. A species that did not posture. A civilization that answered threats not with words, but with annihilation. Years later, Maya Chen stood beneath an open sky, watching unfamiliar stars shimmer above a peaceful Earth. Humanity had not conquered the galaxy. It had not needed to. The Velker Dominion never returned. Sometimes the most terrifying response was not rage or conquest, but the calm, absolute certainty that if pushed again, humanity would finish what it started. They had broadcast a threat to the wrong world. And the universe learned to listen when Earth chose silence.